uh, annoyed. However, we were. Uh, where were we? I mean, we finished that fight, and then moved outside of the maze, while the celestial spirit motioned for the Lady Drow to leave, to which she bestowed a gift, seemingly, or thanks for saving her in this instance, towards the celestial spirit to give to Regulus, potentially. She left, thankfully alive and not chased by orcs. Maybe to me, but probably to everyone else, probably not a good idea. But we made our way back to here with some, I think, really good survival checks, thankfully. As we entered the party of the century, sort of, having returned with the, I guess, clan master, or the father of Goel, who was seen with uproarious cheer as we were getting ready, or going to have a celebration before, I guess, going to war with the Drow, as they were the enemy that stood in the way of Goel passing a trial, which also seemed these Drow were at the behest or the lead of a shadow dragon. However, we did not want to dwell on the fact that we would all die tomorrow, or could all die tomorrow, or mostly die tomorrow. Instead, we had a good old powwow with the rest of the orcs around, as Goel and his father came around to ask everyone of Goel's allies of stories of their triumphs, of great battles, of triumphs, and other such things that are held close to orc society. Everyone giving their own sort of stories, listening to his. I don't recall how many gave stories. I know Regulus did give one, to try and satiate Goel's dad's interest. At some point, I don't know if it was before that or after that, Goel's mom and tugged his dad off to go embarrass him on the top of or over by the entrance to this war tent. Whilst everyone sort of, did their own preparations, I guess, their own celebrations. Val and Jeffress, I think, sharing a conversation. I'm struggling to remember what about specifically.
I can help you out.
Huh?
I can help you out if you need.
That's probably a good idea.
I think Vala and Jethris were. Jethris was trying to comfort Vala on the missed opportunity of learning a bit more about. Maybe there might have been information about her people down here, and felt like she was missing out on that because we came back so early. But Jethris also seemed to have something down here, and was letting her know that there was still time after we murdered all the Drow that we can go back and do that. think that was the gist of the conversation, at least. Other than that, Goel didn't seem to be too happy with the partying and stuff. And he found some fellow dissenting people towards the celebrations and had a conversation with them, who were not too keen on watching their friends die and stuff.
And, well, I think the Goel sentiment in that regard was, well, as he said, not wishing to walk into this battle so uproariously happy about it today, only to lose friends and family tomorrow. Trying to explain to Goel, I guess, that's just sort of how things are, and that he's sort of matured a bit, not matured, but seen the ways, different ways since he was traveled the surface. And I think we just partied, and Drethos tried to get Regulus to go find an orc lady to party with. Did not work out. Which let Regulus spill some of the tea, metaphorically speaking, about his current fancy, which is the Genasi that they had met back on the island of Ostrom. I should put that to memory. We're only there for so long. Either way, then Regulus went and made friend with the big cat. And then I believe we slept.
Did we?
Did we?
I think we ended on the party.
About to complete the long rest. As I said, I would give a few more moments if somebody wanted to do something in midst there. I'll fresh the memory a little bit in here, as well as Goel's father Grushna gave a story about his greatest dragon hunt, one that took place against a copper dragon and died as such, which clearly had Jethros somewhat worried, unnerved, upset. It was clear to Jethros that there was something behind that he wasn't entirely comfortable sharing, nor was quite certain of what that is. As also part of that, Grushnak explained, not to a very big length, but also the premise of this trial that Goel will undergo, or hopefully undergo, and how each and every one could potentially assist him in that if they so need follow the same rules as Goel would. The one that the hunted becomes the hunter, a rite of passage among the orcs, and one that leads straight to a meeting with the stone giant. It was clear to everyone that Grushna was not just a mindless brute orc. He used language and vocabulary that is much more articulate, much more sophisticated, one could say, no? One that has gone to a college or a bardic school or something as such, but it was clear to everyone at some point that though Grushnak might be a tribal leader, he is much more than that for those people in here. A mentor as well, a true leader, not just by power, by influence as well. And that the people of old in this tribe seek to paint their clothes with the blood of the drow, there are obviously some of the orcs around that feel that this could have been much better behind if they had put it all behind and ventured to the surface, for many of them might never grace it. And this is exactly where we are, as we were completing the long rest. However, I will go one after the other to see if they wanted to do something else before they complete the long rest. As Judas, just to keep an eye, you were more so keeping to the side, given that you weren't here last week. So If there is something that you would like to be doing, I'll start with you. In general, the group had spread out, had gathered, conversations had the orcs around were very much involving into sharing their tribal marks, their war paints, and everything as such, as they would grunt and would prepare themselves for the fight.
Well, don't know what happened to that poor elf woman that we left behind in the far future, but well, he will basically solemnly continue. When they start working on tattoos and stuff, he'll start start showing off his. I'm guessing this is the tattoo boys.
Over there, Gashna is the one.
As it took this good ink. The mistress approves.
Paint made from fungal remains, crushed and liquefied as it smears into your skin, and though adds a horrid stench and a burning sensation at first, it then feels as it becomes part of it, nearly solidifies in you, a much more broad or much more stable tattoo. Something like a wound on your skin, something like a part of yourself, as it nearly seems to extend beyond the skin and create a crust over towards there. You can see all of those orcs. They look deformed, they look vile, and that's the intent behind it, to look. Fiendish in D&D terms might be a little bit of a stretch, but to look monstrous, to inspire fear, and still dread
intimidating
of the enemy. Yes. And clearly you will be given, as well as a marks from shoulder to shoulder. You see the claws of the woman plunge into your skin and slash and cut onto your flesh. A tingling sensation and a painful one, but one that you are much appreciative of. And as it cuts deep into your skin, this material smears across it, perhaps even infecting the injury, but not enough to be something that you would worry of, but more looks like a massive wound that has thorns sticking out from it, an X across your chest.
Cool. Oh well, make me a target.
From the rest of the group, Val, I'll start and go down the list to see if you want to be doing anything else during this time of celebration, or if you want to ask or confer with your allies. That's more than fine as well.
We're still in the part of the celebration because, from what I recall, we left it. You had described to us the orcs starting to march. Am I mistaken?
No.
We didn't start the march last session. No worries.
Maybe I'm confusing it with something else. Anyway, right. So, she's going to turn to Jethros while they're having their conversation and ask him, because she wants to plan that out a bit. You do realize that tomorrow we will probably not always be able to keep Goel and maybe Judas in check, right?
Buy and check, you mean, like, what?
Within range of being able to save them from anything reckless they might try.
Oh, I kind of figured, I've only recently become, that guy that, like, can do that in a fight, but yeah, I get that. Did you have any way to make that easier on us?
Well, I hoped to ask the same to you.
Oh, shit. I mean, maybe the best I can do, is I can use the stones that we got now to make us able to communicate during the fight. We can always know where each other are, but other than that,
In that case, I have a suggestion.
okay.
Considering that Goel has the the greater extremes, as in he can be both more easy to reason with than Judas, but he can be much harder to keep in check than Judas. How about you make sure to always keep Judas in your side, and I'll make sure to keep Goel in my side. That way, if
Sure. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
nothing, just I really hope I'm not asking too much of you.
No, I mean, I was gonna go chat up Judas in a second anyway. I can keep an eye on him if that's what you need. Anything that'll lighten the load on you. I know you do most of the caretaking.
Well, tomorrow there's something more that I'm worried about. I understand that the Drow are no friends to this clan.
Hmm.
They have no reason to show any mercy to their warriors or their sorcerers or what have they. But they are still elves, and they are still creatures that were once being taken care of by the queen. So if there's any shred of, I guess you can call it mercy or lenience that can be given to any of them, well, I need someone more cool-headed to try and make sure that it is shown. It's just the same way that not all of these orcs, or not all lizard folk, or not all elves are respectable. The same way, I'm pretty sure that not all of those drow deserve to be put to the sword. I'm not going to speak that up in this gathering, and I think you can see why, but I hope you understand what I'm trying to say.
Well, I get it. You remember when, like, we were in Lasmere and, the whole dragon shit was going down?
Yes, of course.
A lot of those creatures that were, summoned from that big old pool of dragon juice, they were, like, classmates of mine. They were gnomes, they were dwarves, they were humans, elves. Didn't matter. They all made a stupid decision and infused themselves with some stupid elemental or draconic evil that turned them into something they couldn't turn back from. And I had to put them down. I'm not saying it's nearly the same thing at all, but these people have grown and learned to my knowledge, kill Goels and vice versa. And as I've learned in college and in word of mouth, slavery isn't too far from what these fellers are up to. They're not very good, and I don't think from our conversations with them, the ones that we've set free, that they're too keen on changing that. Hence why this whole war's happening. What I mean to say is, I'll try and, like, you know, if someone's, I guess, pulling their punches, get them away, but it's fucked up what they're doing, and they need to pay, even if they are elves.
And pay they will. There will probably not be many left of them tomorrow. I'm glad that you get that. I'm not saying they don't deserve what's coming to them, but the same way you are different from most of your people, it's the same way one of them might be different. You and me, we should be trying to maintain that spark of potential goodness. It doesn't need to be snuffed out in mindless rage.
Sure. That's sort of what I was trying to do with that other drow lady. I forgot her fucking name. The one with the flying slime guy? The weird stingray thing?
Yes.
I totally get it. Like, yeah, I'm just trying to do my best with, you know, back home. Go help me out a lot. Like, we wouldn't have fucking known anything about that dragon shit, because my dad sure wouldn't have asked for help. Like, I'm trying to do right by Goel, but I'm also trying to do the right thing here, whatever that is to you. It's hard to really know what your guys' right thing is sometimes, but I'm doing my best.
Oh, don't worry. I know you are, and honestly, I still haven't really found an occasion on which I fully disagree with you, so I know you can at least share my perspective here.
It's the least I can do.
So, if we got that clear, and we've both got our charges for tomorrow, there's one last thing.
Are we gonna have a blood pact or something?
Well,
You're speaking really weird.
What? No. What? Why would I?
I don't know.
No. There's a last person about which I'm kind of worried, but we will need to both keep our minds for. And that's Reggie. Because that flying trickster can end up in trouble even faster than our two berserkers. So
Or could just blow us up.
that is the thing I hope he does not do.
Regular
Stu-
sneezes.
But the drow are vile people, and considering none of the orcs here are on flying mounts or anything else, he'll stick out like a sore thumb. And he'll draw lots of fire. So, you know, we might have to make sure what he's doing. Just that.
Well, at least it'll be easy to, you know, spot him in a crowd, you know. I'm sort of might be in the same boat. I mean, I'm gonna be using this gift Vumash to be floating around, but yeah, I'll keep my eye out for a brightly glowing, brightly dressed, loudly screaming
Explosive.
tiefling. Yeah, I think I can manage that while watching Judy.
Yeah, don't worry, we'll share that. I will also keep my eye on him. Unless Goel lets his rage somehow overwhelm him. Anyway, let's enjoy the rest of the night. There's no need to be any more gloomy.
Sure. I mean, I was gonna go have a drink with Judas. Are they drinking here? I think they said something about it being a dry night or something.
Well, I don't know, but make sure whatever you drink is not the blood of the enemies.
Oh, well, I mean, with Judas, that's kind of a toss-up.
Most likely.
Or wait, does he even have that urge anymore? So I didn't even think about that.
I don't know, but Judas can give in to urges, so perhaps he's developing any news if he doesn't any new ones if he has overcome the drinking thing. I actually realize I haven't paid too much attention to what he's doing after the whole thing with his dad.
Yeah, yeah, I've been feeling kind of shitty, and that's mostly the reason I want to go hang out with him. I haven't really talked to him since, like, he beat the shit out of both of us. And also, I didn't really, I guess when I met him, I really only met his dad. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, yes, I think I'm getting it. As in, you haven't really seen him as his free self that he is now.
Yeah.
Perhaps when we're back in on the surface, I will also have to give him some time, see what's new with him. But first, I owe you a short story. Still, again, when we get back up.
Oh yeah. Sure. Well, if you're comfortable to tell it, I wouldn't,
It it might be important that I let people know because I realize that it may come back to bite me, and I'd like and I'd like people to at least know what's going on with me.
Sure. Well, just everyone deserves their secrets. But if you feel the need, if you feel the desire, that's all's to you.
If I was certain that it wouldn't bother her, then I really wouldn't say it. But it might be safer that you people know. But we should be safe until tomorrow. Whenever that is, she'll kind of nag looking upwards, the whole lack of a sky and stuff.
Okay.
Right, so I guess that would be for what Vala would like to prepare for the upcoming encounter.
More than fine, as I'm quickly continuing down the list. Goel, is there something that you'd like to be doing before you go to rest?
I haven't really thought of anything, but if I think of, I can think of something off the top of my head, it's probably, I don't know, trying to get to know any interesting, members of the tribe, someone I could start a conversation with, if possible, and trying to get them to know them better.
You can make me an insight check, Goel. The ability to understand where others come from, etc., is based on insight, so go for it.
Ugh. Oh, I do have inspiration. I'll use it. I like to
Go
use
for
it
it.
for lore. Or, not, I mean, like RP. Okay. I guess it's not meant to be.
I guess I'll give you the very, very basic of it. It's clearly, there's a clear divide. One thing that you noticed not last week, but 2 weeks ago as well, there is rather a breach in between, a gap in between the younger generations and the older generations. The ones that have been in here longer seem to be the ones that are a little bit more fueled by hatred and bloodlust for the Drow, with obviously good reason to. And there are obviously younger ones that do so as well. But on the
I,
younger orcs, you have already seen that there is disdain in regards to the following of those ways, of the ways of the hunters, way that they follow in this tribe, even though they realize it has kept them safe.
the sort of age difference would Goel be on the older side since he survived the slavery, or
You're
would
on the
he?
younger side. As said, many orcs here have been born in this place without ever knowing the outside world. These are the ones that would like to experience to see what the surface look like, even though it stands to reason that most of them will be dead by the end of tomorrow.
So I assume some of them will try to strike up a conversation with me about the outside world and stuff like that.
Similar, sir, as the ones that were inside, the ones that were preparing this strange stew, were earlier on somewhat dismissive of the elders earlier on. It's still, some of them might ask you certain questions, information about what they've heard of the outside world. Things that you would potentially boil down to nearly nonsense or stupid questions. But people that haven't seen the outside world and they have only heard depictions of clouds, the sun, the snow,
Rain.
stuff as such, it's extremely strange for them. And from time to time, you see them as they try to describe those from stories they've heard, and it makes little to no sense.
Well, in that case, if someone asks me like, or keeps asking me like questions about that, whoever this tribe member is or group of tribe member, Goel is probably going to say something. Do you want to RP it, or do you want me to just explain what?
Entirely up to you if you want to do more of a narration, given that there isn't like a specific one, there's just a number of those people around. If you want to do a quick narration of the scene, feel free to bask on the opportunity.
So Goel would like smile as he keeps answering these questions, and like I assume the other people, if they're not busy doing stuff, they would also be getting looks and stuff because it's the first time they see a lizard person, and you know. Anyways, Goel is probably going to smile a little bit and then say,
The outside world. It is. It can be peaceful. It can be beautiful. There are areas where you can live your life without conflict. But it can be a lot more treacherous than the Underdark. It can be a lot more dangerous than the Underdark. While the world out there has less danger or dangerous animals, monsters, apparitions, there's still more dangerous people. People who would destroy the aberrations in the Underdark. You may live your life in peace, away from all the danger, but you will grow dull and weak. At that moment, you'll get someone stronger than you. Will destroy you. You will not have a chance to fight back. Because, like a dull and rusted blade, become. You stand no chance. The world here is not the best. The world out there is not the best either. Live your life when you want to live it. But do not wish for something you know nothing about. You think that is much better than you. Make your own situation better. Don't fantasize about a place that does not exist.
And then he's gonna take a big sip, stare into the fire.
There's clearly interest to hear the words of one of their clan member that was raised on the outside. I see much of a difference between them and Goel. Clearly enthralled by the words of him, but still, Goel, make me a performance check, but something that I would like to keep in the back of my head as I continue down the list of different people with potentially something if they would like to be doing. That's actually a pretty decent attempt, as I said earlier on, and I stand correct that the orcs are enthralled to hear Goel, and it's clearly amassing quite a gathering in there. Elwin, in the meanwhile, I know last time you didn't wanted to partake much in the celebrations, and I'll assume to an extent it's probably the same today, but if you wanted to do something before the long rest, now is the opportunity.
Nothing, really.
More than fine. No worries. I'm not gonna pressure or push any buttons in there. And Regulus, anything for you as well? You might be muted, Regulus. Or you might just be saying cat, pet cat.
Regulus is at the moment probably just trying to think, trying to silently hope that Inavara? Is that her name? No.
Naivara
Yeah.
is the name
Naivara.
of the drow.
Silently hoping that she is not going to get caught in the crossfire of what is about to happen tomorrow. And it's sort of just wondering about how going to war with the drow is going to affect things. Nothing really magically he can do at the moment to, I guess, prepare other than ponder at what is going to be tomorrow. And Regulus is going to look towards the fire. People are all gathered around. See, Jethris, Vala talking, and then Goel talking to the orcs there. And then he's going to look over towards Judas. And then back towards Big Cat. And then he'll sigh and just sort of mutter to himself, "Oh, the big cat will still probably be here tomorrow."
That is.
Yeah.
Cats.
And Regulus is gonna stand up and walk over towards Judas. And is gonna sort of, depending on what Judas is doing, hang out in his peripheral vision until he's noticed, if he's ever noticed.
Yeah. Yes, Regulus.
Oh, I figured that would be the case. We're gonna go fight a bunch of dangerous foes that are probably trained all their life to kill, next to other people who have trained all their life to kill.
Yes.
And you think after facing death so many times, well, it would be no different. But I don't think I've ever seen the gravity on Goel's face so strong. And I just want to make sure that there's no bad blood, as they say.
Bad blood between who now?
I made some decisions that were not right. That left the group and you at a time where I shouldn't have left.
Oh, so what? For example, what mistakes did you make?
Going away and believing that all would be handled, that there wasn't recourse for disappearing.
Like the whole thing where you left me to kill my own dad, no support, just disappeared. That thing?
That would be the one.
Oh, okay. And the time before that, when you just disappeared to the temple. I don't say this often to people, but you are flaky.
Could see that being the case.
So the question is, will you keep doing this, or will you change? You want to change?
I think making false promises, not knowing what the future holds, is not much better than saying it outright. I don't know what might drive me. I don't know if something else could come up. I know better than to believe I need to handle it alone.
Okay. Well, we'll have to see at the next fight, wouldn't we?
I suppose we will.
I am somewhat saddened by the fact that it's like, I mean, I wasn't always the best of fellows, but I mean, it's like, you'll be here for his, but you. No. I think I'm going to be reminiscing on the past, and it hurts. Maybe that is one of the tenets. I have to go and think about it. But at least everything's said and done. At least you're here for goal, aren't you? So good on you.
I like to think I'm here for you until I can not be.
Yeah, it is another thing. I know the whole South, I enjoy pain. Kind of find it refreshing and the cottage is calling and all that stuff, right? But this whole woe be me type deal, grow up.
I'm trying to.
Well, at least you're trying. And as they always say, words of actions count better than words. We'll see what happens in the days that come. And then, until then, at least know that we are one party, and we are one people fighting together, and I won't stab you in the back or not take an arrow for you at least. That's still part of my job, maybe. That's what it meant to be mature. Have you? Well, excuse me. There's apparently some more tattoos, mushroom stuff on my body, right? And I'll turn to the other orc and kind of point to one other open spot on my body. It's like, next one.
Regulus will just nod and walk off back towards the lion.
It's kind of funny. He's kind of like a spoiled little kid.
It's almost as if he's tried to apologize twice and gotten nothing but backsass.
Well, words, my friend. What is words? It's like, I'm sorry. Yeah. Let's see. That's how you can slap. I mean, it's not like a normal excuse. Sorry about it is going to really, you did flake on one of Judas's key moments in his life where he actually is like, "Oh, I'm going to go and fuck my dad." Oh, look, Regulus just disappeared.
Breeds that is mending, but not fully healed there. As I'll assume regularly you return back to the lion, your comfort spot in here, who has taken a liking at you apparently, given your last animal handling save was quite potent.
Yeah, that's what I'll probably say.
More than fine. As last but not least, I know, Jeffrey, you had a prolonged conversation with Vala, but if you wanted to do something else for your opportunity, now's the time.
I mean, I did want to do something with Judas, but I don't want to take up the whole time.
No worries. If you want to After all, who knows? How many will die tomorrow? I can clearly not emphasize that enough that a Ascended Dragon is very, very deadly.
Okay. Well, internally,
Shadow Dragon is the one that basically, if his breath kills you, it kills you.
Yes. If you drop to 0, you're dead.
I'll just cast light on it. Anyway, I will internally ask the DM, because I was concerned about this. Is there any alcohol here?
I am doing a extensive research right now, but in the Underdark, to be made out of materials from the Underdark, there is a little to no alcohol in there.
That's fine. Because I think I have some in the jug.
There is poison spores, but I'm not sure if that counts as alcohol. But it does poison you, so.
I have drugs, but I didn't think, Judas would jump for that sort of thing. He's more like the blood and wine sort of guy. Where is... Oh, I can't find... Oh, there it is. Jethro's jug. I was looking for my jug to see if we have...
Okay.
Yeah, I have a cask of ale. How big is a cask? Like, as big as me?
I think it's like a barrel, slightly above your waist or to your waist. That side, I believe.
Damn.
Slightly above, I would say.
Well, I didn't purchase this, but I'm gonna use it anyways because it's just collecting dust. I will... Oh man, I should probably do this next to Judas so that I don't just wheel this cask of ale throughout the entire play. Yeah, I'll just go there. I'll get up. All right, I'm gonna go talk to Judas. I'll see you later if I don't see you tonight. Maybe gives Goel a cursory pat on the back. Unwelcomed. Hey, Judy. Oh, no. Judas, are you there?
I'm here. What? Yeah, that hurt. Yes.
Fuck, are you doing? What are you doing, man?
Is that tattoos?
Those look like they hurt. I got one here too. Grushnak sword just fucking clawed the shit out of me, or maybe it was Hagu. I don't know.
Fair enough. No, what? I just had an interesting talk with Regulus, and bits and this and that. But what can I do for you, my friend?
Oh, well, I was actually thinking I could do something for you. Because, lowers his voice, they don't have fucking drinks here.
I know, it's weird, isn't it? You would think that they're orcs, they drink, don't they?
I guess, but you can't really juice a mushroom, I guess,
I mean, the dwarves have been using mushroom beer for ages.
Really? That's a thing you can do?
Yes.
Shit, I got it.
Living underground, you get mostly mushrooms, so you learn how to make mushroom beer.
Fuck, man.
Apparently, anything that has like sugar in it can even make alcohol out of it.
We gotta learn to how to brew so that we just have it always on hand. Let me go get something, and Jethros will pop into his jug. He'll come out with a cask of ale and 2 mugs. Soup. If you don't mind, I was just thinking that, we might both... I mean, I'm probably not gonna, and hopefully not you either, but we might die tomorrow. So I was just thinking maybe we could have, like, a couple more drinks together before then.
Oh, definitely not a bad idea. Let's have a drink.
All right. Oh. And the last time, we sort of had a drink, he starts pouring it out of, like, the spout or whatever, and gives you some, like, last time we did, I was sort of hanging around a different person. I'd like to, like,
Oh, you mean the previous Judas? Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to kind of get to know you. Because I guess I sort of had a fucked up version of you, is what I meant. And I guess I didn't give you the benefit of the doubt that I should have.
Well, I mean, it was technically speaking my dad controlling, manipulating my mind, making my evil self, and then basically I tried to stab you guys. But I mean, that was after you guys helped me take vengeance upon my father, and at least you didn't flake. So, I mean, totally forgiven, Mike. No questions asked.
Oh, yeah, sure. I mean, I was just, I thought it'd be fun to, do that, question drinking game again. Since, it's been so long and I was really only talking to your dad in reality. Get to know each other, because apparently you don't remember shit from when you were fucked up, so that's sad. We had a lot of, rapport.
I mean, I remember some things. I mean, for example, there was a giant red dragon. It was fixing on the roof. Little moments in time I can remember. Unfortunately, there's moments in times which have like kind of mixed feelings. Like, for example, when we were on the roof, it's like one hand's like, "Wow, this is nice." Other hand, it was the constant like, "Do we kill him now or not?" That's kind of memories which I'm trying to suppress.
Well, I'm glad you chose the not. I'm thankful for that.
Oh, that's good. I mean, I really appreciate what you guys did as well. So, not killing me when shit hit the fan and all that.
Well, I was considering it for a second when you were, like, actually slashing the shit out of Vala, but, once everything was explained... Well, no, I was still pissy after that, but still, I mean, it took a little time, but I eventually didn't want to... Doesn't finish the thought. But that wasn't you, so that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's like totally understandable.
Fucking weird how that shit works.
Yeah, it does. I mean, we've got basically plays around with his head and he fucked around. We've got Kuho, Bala, we've got time traveling regulars. Got even that new elf boy. Girl? Boy? I can really not count. Is that a boy or girl?
I think it's a boy.
Is it what?
I mean, I'm not like the paragon of elves. I know Val is a girl.
Yeah, well, I mean, we try. She's got assets.
Respectfully, I suppose you're right.
Assets like her shield and stuff,
Right.
What are you thinking about?
Nothing, he says, stuttering.
Oh, okay. Indeed. Oh, we got the crazy one. It's like, we got the whole group of evil daddy issues. Got the daddy issues sorted. One guy, daddy issues, two, three, four. We all got daddy issues mostly. Maybe figure out Vala and Elwin's you have daddy issues or not. And we all these interesting, yeah,
I don't know. I think
just keep it moving.
Goel's kind of vibing with his dad.
There's daddy issues for sure.
I mean, maybe the issue was that he didn't have a daddy for a while, but now he looks pretty. Looks at Goel. I mean, not happy, but like he looked satisfied or happy, like earlier when he met him.
You got a point.
Yeah, so I'm not really good at like this whole talking thing. Did you have anything that you like want to talk about or ask or anything? Or
I mean, technically speaking, we're like the two people that are really not good at talking. We're talking,
yeah,
so technically speaking, uh, you know what they say. Men tend to sit down and we tend to not talk about our troubles so that we don't have to trouble the other person. But
woof,
no, you know,
that hits hard.
well, I
Yeah,
mean, we think about our own troubles and our family troubles and our friends' troubles so much. Then when we sit down and just have a drink, we just do talk about things that don't take a lot of brain power.
yeah. Sure. What's your like favorite color?
Hmm. I want to say red
Yeah,
because I see so much of it, but actual fact, it actually is lavender, lavender color.
mm, that's like
You know,
the brighter purple, right?
or is that most of those drow, beautiful color.
Mm,
Bit sad having to make it red, but still, I think Ballard has a bit of a purplish lavender tinge to her, doesn't she?
yeah, I squints at Vala. I mean, she's sort of just like a beige. Perhaps Vala can
Eh?
see Jethris just sort of squinting at her across the way.
Judah's indifference by squinting, looking at her.
I mean, I think it's it. I think it's the armor. The armor's sort of like a bluish metallic sort of like color. So it's like she's got a like very indigo glow. Oh, here's something. I've been really curious to ask this. How long have you been like all about this Lady of Pain shit? Like, is this like a lifelong thing, even before your daddy, or is this like was this like, oh, she released me or something?
And it all happened back when, like I said, serving my dad and doing what I was doing. But and then suddenly I started feeling free after I got bitch slapped a couple of times, and then I noticed when I suffered pain, emotional or physical pain, the shackles on my mind loosened. That's why when we had that whole when I was controlled by my dad, and then suddenly had that major
Hmm.
pain episode, I suddenly got released. So I believe she kind of wants me to. She's a weird one. I think she wants me to have free will, to want me to go off to experience pain.
Hmm.
Must have free will, and therefore she does not enjoy people being dominated. But at the same time, she's only going to reward those who have free will if they embrace the sting of life.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Well, damn.
I mean, it kind of feels like she's on my shoulder every now and then, just whispering into my take the
Like a
bolt.
like a good whistle. whisper, you know?
No, it's not like it's not whispering like things like killing your friends or stuff like that, but more like, oh, he's gonna get cut. Jump in front of it. Ooh, isn't he lucky? He took an arrow to the face. That type of thing.
Mm. I mean, does she sound nice? Was it like a good, or is it like, I take the bolt, you know, sort of thing?
Saying, no, is she is like evil? No, it's actually kind of like a sweet honeyed whisper.
Oh, that's cool. How do you get that to happen?
I know she just talks to me every now and then. Like now she's telling me to keep having tattoos because tattoos are enjoyable pain.
Mm. And yeah, Jethris will just continue to drink unless Judas has something to say. Just hanging out with Judas as much as he can before we all die.
Something which you all truly will, as the night continues. Judas and Jethros continue until the cask is nearly half empty.
Ugh.
Onto the other side of Vala just keeps your thoughts to yourself and finds a secluded spot so she can pray. For she is going to need much of her divine magic by tomorrow. Regulus just snuzzles next to the spotted lion, finding comfort in there, and slowly allowing the exhaustion of today drift him to sleep. With thoughts of the well-being of Naivara, Alizair, who knows what is currently Regulus thinking. Goel, after a long conversation, remains nearly still. Correct, Goel. Just awaiting for when the time comes. Snowsong at his side, and she just rests his eyes, and then just collapses on the back of a tent. Alwyn sharpens his blades for as much as he can, looking at all of them, partaking, enjoying. Yet he himself can't have any of this, not until he has finally his say. Wondering if he can find what he seeks in his life, similar to how Goel found it down here in the Underdark. But if salvation, closure, or reconciliation can be found for the bloodthirsty orc that seems to solve most of its problems with the blunt edge of his weapon, then surely a trained fighter might be able to do so the same. The thought crosses their mind as they enter their trance, and you can all complete a long rest. During this rest, each and every one of you seems to have faint experiences, dreams, visions, call them however you like. On your part, Goel, you feel at home at nature. Your body feels closer to the ground. You're crouching on all fours, hide and mane on your body, thick hair that is white as snow. Like a wolf, you crouch impossibly low, your fur plastered against the ground with the force of coiled tension. Your muscle seems to vibrate in a silent thrum, predator symphony played on the taut strings of anticipation as you wait to jump at your prey. A low growl, barely audible yet resonating with primal power, escapes your throat, a tremor that shakes the very fabric and nearly awakens. Onto another side, Judas, you find yourself as well in all fours, but in a barren landscape. A chilling cackle erupts from you, a sound that twists and warps the area around you. You feel your jaws powerful, hanging agape, revealing a grotesque mockery of a grin filled with giant teeth. A deceptive blend of amusement and deadly intent, stalking a prey into the distance that looks very much humane, as with each step silent. Despite your hulking frame, you seem to prepare to toy with your prey before the inevitable strike. For you, regulars, the experience all too differs. Very much at home by the sea, you feel the same very much thing. You feel like you're swimming, carving a path through the sea. A dark monolithic shadow against the swirling mist around you, just below you. You feel your body encompassing quite a volume. Like a fish, but a massive one. Despite your enormous bulk, you are surprisingly agile. Ripple through your sleek form. A single glistening eye large as a dinner plate. As you turn to gaze at your unsuspecting target, you seem to hang suspended in time, awaiting before you strike, silent harbinger of the upcoming doom. For you, Vala, you seem standing, perched on an unseen branch on top of a tree. You swivel your head as it twists and twists, nearly never ending on a silent pivot. Your gaze yet locked on a screaming rodent down below. Your white chest, normally hidden by the feathers, puffs up in silent anticipation, revealing the power cool beneath your soft plumage. Rouses up talons, prepare to latch, and as you take on flight, descend and drop the prey down below, quickly flying away as if nothing ever happened, as if nothing was ever there. For you, Jethros, you feel coiling onto the ground, slithering in there, weaving through jungle. Your scales simmered at the reflection of a sun, like a mirage in the heat haze. Your body calls and uncalls, a mesmerizing dance. It seems to lull the target you've acquired into a false sense of security. Your forked tongue flickers, savoring the scent of your prey as you approach, and yet they remain still. A low hiss, barely audible yet filled with venomous promise, escapes your maw, and then a swift strike, but deadly, finishes job. Last but not least, Elohim, you seem to stalk a prey through this jungle. Your body filled with massive strides, mesmerizing blur. Sunlight filters through the dense canopy, or moonlight in this occasion, I guess, casting lone, distorted shadows that dance like phantoms around you. Target at the distance. A low growl rumbles from your throat, primal counterpoint to the pounding of your heart. With every moment measured, elegant yet strong, powerful and deadly. A silent testament to the raw power that lies before you. Jump, bounce, put an end as you snap the neck to the unsuspecting victim. As you awake, refreshed, you have this innate sense, as you are about go on a hunt, to go on a hunting spree. Aside from the benefits of the long rest, each and every one of you gains the ability to cast once a day the Hunter's Mark spell. It's not something powerful, but you do get the ability to do so.
God, how you want them mushrooms?
For those that already have the ability, I think it's only Goel, though to be fair. Do let me know if when, I guess Goel is better background, I'll say that again, but just let me know when you're casting this through that ability. It's slightly different, not on the visuals, but more on the feel, but we'll get to that. But alas, the whole clan is here and prepared to go to war. Weapons being passed out, awaiting orders. All the members of the clan are out onto the field, preparing to receive words. You can see all of them getting ready, howling, puffing up their chests, striking against as they wait for the final showdown against the Drow. Grusna moves up the platform on a small ledge as he turns down to the orcs and says, "The hunt has revealed how we are to crush our enemy. I had a dream, a vision, same one, like the day that I escaped. It has shown me the way of how we will crush our enemy." His eyes gaze towards Goel. "My son, the one that was taken away from us, I always knew would be the catalyst that would send the Drow spiraling, end them. And now it has revealed for it to be true. Grab all the lumber you can find in here. You know what to make." Grusnak jumps onto the ground as all of the orcs start to grab piles of lumber in here, into creating and moving them to the side as if they are constructing something. Grusnak starts to approach towards Goel. Though I'm sure Goel is not back right now.
Can I
But
tell what they're
Grusnak
making?
won't be only. You can see them starting to put the bigger logs that they can find, the ones that are a little bit longer than the others, next to one another. Make my guess an investigation check, Jethros.
Okay. $15. Wow, that's low.
I guess something like a base, maybe a raft, something as such. It seems to be the creation of their own. As Grusnak will approach Goel, grab him by the shoulder and move him a little bit to the side as he will say, "I had a dream, Goel. I know how we will defeat the Drow. I saw it clear, a wolf arising from the sea, but not leading a pack by themselves." He grabs from his back a warhorn and gives it to you. Resting on the very top of it stands a rune that you do not recognize yourself. We will make a raft. The Drow use a passage that they don't know that we are aware of, to trade slaves or other sorts of items, inventory, or any sort of goods around. It goes through the waters of the lower dark, down below. We don't have enough lumber to create a ship, but we have enough to make a raft. The hand has spoken. While we will try to breach the gates, you will strike from behind. And sound the horn to know that you are in there, to instill fear, and then we will strike. The force of 1,000 hammers will plunge and pierce them. Spears that will shatter them from above. We will strike when the iron is hot, when a rage fills our lungs and our veins, and all that we breathe and bleed is fire.
Understood.
Come with me. I'll take you to the shore.
Scarlet and Violet temporal forces. Play early at
Goyle
Playlist.
nods, and he will whisper, or not whisper, but like say after nodding.
Mukhtar Ogar.
And follow through. Follows Krishna. It's just me and him. That's it.
Right now, so it seems to be the case. As he starts moving with you slower downwards, he turns to the rest of the orcs and says, "Bring the raft once you're done by the like site. It is my boy that will be sailing towards victory." He looks to the side as he's about to move out. He looks towards Alwyn. He then shifts his eyes to look back towards Vala, Jethros, Judas, and Regulus. They were not in the dream, but the wolf wasn't with their pack. That means you weren't with us. He looks down towards Snowsong. Gather your ally. If this is the same dream that I saw when I escaped a lone wolf arising, then it means that all of you are this wolf. All of you are sent by the hunt to put an end to this strong house.
So basically, we're not joining the main assault. We are attacking from sneak around through a
Initially, yes.
And the raft is already made, or did he want us?
Being made right now. You can see the orcs who are gathering whatever lumber they can find in here. It's a scarce resource.
Goel nods to Grishnak as Grishnak leaves. And then he gathers up the allies. Gathers up the party members.
What's up?
Here's the plan.
Uh-huh.
Our assault. We are not joining the main attacking regiment. We will be sneaking. Raft is being made for us. We will attack from behind. And I will blow this horn. Any questions?
Is it just like a cool looking horn? Or does it do something?
I'm not sure. I assume
You
it is.
see, as you turn your gaze towards Jethro, you see a giant room on the on the inside of it, which clearly suggests of its magical properties as well.
It's probably gonna do something cool when you blow on it. I say.
Cool is not what we want.
Awesome, then.
Yes. The awesome power of this form. Hopefully will strike fear to their hearts as we show them our meta. Are we ready to kill some slavers?
I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, is that the plan? Just attack?
Yes.
Okay.
Kill the ones who enslave other people. We kill them.
Mm-hmm.
Do not give them a chance. If anyone disagrees what we are going to do, or thinks of letting them live, should say so now, so we are on the same page when I try to execute one who would not be saved.
What of those who do not try to fight?
The ones who already fought and surrendered, we kill. Do not have prisoners. The ones who do not fight, the helpless, the weak, the children, they pose no harm. Only a weak person would try to
Okay.
take them.
That's good clarification. All right, good.
Are you sure that's what the rest want?
Let's check.
Goel will stand on a log and yell out to everyone.
Today, we kill the dragon who enslaved us, who murdered our friends and family, who took away our freedom. We take our revenge. But we do not kill the helpless, the weak, or enslave them. Because if we do, we will become the one who we despise the most. We will become like them.
And I'll try to gauge people's reaction to what I said. Are they gonna...
I guess make me a
Perception?
persuasion, or it's more so as the speeds that requires. I guess another performance check. Make me a performance check. It's the same one modifier. As you clearly start to speak, you can see some of them are slightly troubled as you speak, but ultimately they turn and look towards one another. They lock heads, they just knock their heads into one another. They are, to an extent, in agreement. You see from behind Grusnak even watches and observes and seems proud of what you are saying. After all, defeating the enemy only to become them does not seem to be the way that this clan wills to be. You hear as your father screams as well from behind, support your claim. Anyone that stands in our way, put them down, kill them. Anyone that just moves at your path does not require mauling. Only they try to stop you. If they will to allow us to extract our revenge, put an end to this, then they surely can be spared. Maybe run, maybe survive, maybe change, maybe turn. But in any way, living or not, they will abandon their old ways. Today, they stop. Today, we rise.
We rise! Jethro says. Trying to get a cheer.
Goel's gonna also add death to the Tannerthal.
Death! You hear all of those creatures, all of those
Yeah.
orcs yelling at top of your lungs.
Lord of the Rings, death for the what is it called? The charge, the
Yeah,
Rohirrim.
Yeah.
Death.
I guess wait for that when you actually charge into the battle, because right now
Yeah,
you're
we're not
sleeping
actually
in
even
but
charging.
yeah. As
Sneak.
as Grushnak will turn towards you, Goel, one last time as he moves close towards the edge. You start moving, you see all of these orcs bring the raft, the makeshift raft that they just made with their hands, drag it all the way down towards a path to quite a distance. But up and ahead, it seems to be waters, expanding as far as your eyes can see, and you can see quite far, that is. At the very edge of this, Grushnak will say, it's not only reaching the end that matters. The gates of Tanothar are like a fortress, a stronghold. We will die trying to breach them open. But once you are inside, you will open the gates for us, and we will make sure that the Tanothal will be busy. Make your way through their docks to the gate, and then feel free to join us or stand out of our path, out of our war path. He then, the last part he says more so to the rest of the group. In other way, you will have fought well. Go, my son. Don't let the terrors of the Underdark sink you as you are about to rise. Let's put an end, once and for all. The raft is put close to the water. Do not sound the horn before it is time. Don't let them know you are coming.
No, it's
I will see you on the other side. Shekatar! He yells, and all of the orcs turn the gaze towards them. With me. Let's give my son, the wolf, and the hunt time they need to start this bloodied battle. And you can hear all of the orcs chanting. They hunt Shagatar and start to move with Grusnak as they drift away. The raft is able to support the very lot of you. But the path up ahead, though, may be still and silent and serene. Clearly seems ominous and dark. And at this point, we will do a quick 10-minute break, and we'll be back for the rest. So take
Fantastic
that, everyone.
timing.
I know.
Like a minute away
All
from
right.
Breaking Bad.
All right. I'll see you all in 10.
The Pokemon trading card game, Scarlet and Violet Temporal Forces. Play early at pre-release.
I'm back.
Hi.
So am I.
Ew.
Oh,
I think we're currently only missing Koal and Elwin, which is more than fair. But regardless, we should continue and they will jump straight through it. Just do a quick check, see if everyone is ready. Everyone else is ready to go. Vala, ready to go.
Aye, aye.
Judas,
I
Zethros,
Yeah, I guess.
I'm here.
Regulus.
yep.
I heard Goel as well. Elwin. No worries, I'm sure he's currently eating, so that is more than fine. As you start sailing on this very raft, as lumber is a pretty scarce resource in the Underdark, this clearly is the effort of all of the orcs combined. Important crafting, but still, you've got a journey up and ahead of you. The dark waters of the Underdark expand up ahead of you, and there is little light towards the horizon or anywhere that you move towards. The waters remain completely still, as if you are truly sailing onto the night sky. That is what it looks like. The glimmering ceiling from up above, from some crystal formations, casts a brilliant reflection down below, as if those are moons of starlight encompassing the area up ahead. Yet, amidst the dark waters, the serene nature of them, you can clearly tell that this is an area of the lower dark, and danger could be lurking at every corner. Yet for now, deep down below you, you see faint animals, beasts, or something akin, just swimming down below, glowing faintly with a bioluminescent light. Manta ray just swim to the side down below you. Vala and Goel, you are the first ones to notice them, but surely everyone else will keep an eye towards them. They swim around and follow the raft as they slow down a little bit, as if they are to accompany you on your path. At the distance, harmless, just escorting you towards your path. First it's one, then there's a second one, and more start to amass, forming nearly the shape of a bigger manta ray as they all drift with you. Vala, you look at your cloak, fitting one for this occasion, as those creatures continue to move alongside you. The path ahead still seems more than safe and empty. Up and above, you can and you will notice from time to time, all the way up into the ceiling, an eye appearing here and there. By now, you're very much familiar with ropes. Goel and Vala, Perceptive as you are, you clearly take note of that. Link to the ceiling, and you might be getting tendrils on your back. Stay close to the waters, and you should be safe. Yet the path continues up and ahead. Small overlooks, rocky cliffs appear into the distance. Yet smeared on top of them some strange symbols, twisted. You can't make out much of them, but you hear rather steps from there. Potent ones, powerful, thudding at the ground. Coel, you look up and ahead to see gigantic figures, not giant as in huge size, but large for sure, the size of an ogre, moving towards there as if they are surveying the area up and ahead. And as you keep an eye towards them, as you're looking towards them, the sea itself seems to speak in a language that sounds vile for those that understand Abyssal. You can hear those words being spoken throughout the cavern system, throughout the area, as if the water itself has speech. Just to keep an eye on from the party understands Abyssal, so I can type them down what they hear. For all else, it just sounds like a vile language, that is. And you will see those hulking figures up into the distance appear to be Etins, but rather gruesome ones, deformed with a hands like slings or tentacles, roaring towards you as you approach, seeing them grabbing at boulders across side of them. And as you are preparing yourself, taking your shields out, taking your cover, a rock is heard that slams past you, close to you, but on the water as they roar at you. And I would like some initiative.
No.
There is no
Yes, sir.
note to that.
Jethwitz would also be having the usual gift of alacrity, along with myself.
Well, fine.
Oh.
Go for it.
I'll use. Should I?
So, by the way, is it just a short rest we had, or did we have a full nice rest?
Long rest. Long rest.
Yay, you did everything back. Long rest. Oh, right. Anyway.
I didn't add my thing to initiative.
That tracks.
I should say that before Kaden, I could request, because after eating, my mind now is work. I should ask for leather armor and a bow for rage attack.
I'm more than fine if you want to retroactively do so. I'm sure the orcs have both to spare. They don't have studded leather, they have hide armor. And give me a second, they might even have leather armor. I'm for sure certain they have hide armor. I'm not sure of leather. I think they do, but just keep an eye on. Yeah, they do have leather armor as well, so feel free to grab one.
Yeah, I'll leave the fungus armor there. So yeah,
Wow. You're
I
letting
will-
them your garbage.
I will leave it to the party to decide whatever they want to do with it.
I take that shit. I'm gonna sell it. Since someone doesn't want my gift.
It's itchy.
As all of those banteries down below you continue to escort you, as you are moving Regulus. You are up next.
Well, in case this boat decides to suddenly stop existing, I'm gonna vamp out the wings as a bonus action, and I'm gonna take flight. And I guess it just seems like
The ceiling is up and above you, about 100 feet, just to keep an eye on. So
Okay.
let me know what pace you are, what
I'm
altitude that is.
gonna go up. Mhm. I'm gonna fly closer by 30 feet, but I will take the dodge action. I also shouldn't be giving off any light because I don't have the staff out at the moment.
I'll fix that. Just a second. Should be fine now.
Yeah.
As Regulus starts to fly a little bit forth and try and avoid any attack coming his way, anything else, Regulus?
Nope, that's it.
Vala, you are up next. You might be muted, Vala, if you're speaking. Did Vala say be right back? I do not think so. I guess I'll keep Vala saying to whenever they're back. Goel, have your turn.
Okay. I'm on a boat. There's rocks being thrown at it. I'm gonna try and row faster. I don't know what else to do.
There are no oars. The raft moves at initiative 10. I think right now it moves 50 feet.
Sorry, folks.
Yes.
It was
No
an
worries.
important call.
It's okay. You take your turn right after Goel. Just to keep
Excellent.
an eye on.
That's the thing. I don't know what to do. I guess I can summon Beast. I guess. Flying Beast. Do flybys over there. Yeah.
Keep an eye. I said that earlier on. You potentially were away. You also have once per day an extra Hunter's Mark. Not only you, but everyone in here. You are the only one that can cast Hunter's Mark normally. If you ever decide to use this for free feature, do let me know. Because for everybody else, it's just quite clear that they're using this boon. Or this charm, call it however you like.
Ooh. Free Hunter's Mark. Does it require concentration?
Of course.
Oh. Can't Hunter's Mark. How far away are these guys? Ooh. Long way. Alright, I summon a flying wolf. Wolf with wing.
I think it's up to 90 feet from you, so somewhere along the lines of 30 feet closer to you from there.
Bestial Spirit. Ooh. This
Truly
one's
is a wolf
flying.
with wings.
This one is gonna fly, and it's 60 feet flying. So I summoned it at max range, which is 90. Is it 90?
Yes.
And that would be my And I'll just pull out both warhammers, brace. If there's any hit coming. Who goes first? The spirit or Snowsong? Snowsong will take the dodge action. So,
Okay. The
Wolf
spirit then.
It's another character sheet. 60 feet. Okay. We're just gonna go right here. She's gonna stand there.
And then assume take a dodge action or something like that at the time.
Yes.
More than fine, as the wolf, this flying wolf, or moving towards there, ghostly and incorporeal, hovers close towards those creatures. Vala, you are up next.
All right. Right. I think first thing Vala will be doing for now is there's a total of 2, 4, 6, 7. So do help me out a bit. If I'm to cast Bless on everyone, I would need a 5th level slot.
If you count for Snowsong, yes.
Yes, for 7 people. Yeah, that's a bit too high. You know what? For now, let's does that. For now, let's start with a bless from the necklace, which is only for 3 people, and Vala will cast bless on. You know what? Our 3 warriors. So Judas, Goel, and Elwin. She will call upon the grace of the queen to have their arms strike true and their eyes be sharp for danger. And
anything else, Vala?
No, for now, nothing. She will try to keep aware of any dangers that might lurk around.
More than fine, as up into the distance, you hear a slight splash of water up and into the distance from down below, as if something just poured itself into the waters. And a rather potent stench starts to amass around you. You see a shadow moving towards there. Goel, you notice that something is moving towards that area, over to here. As right after that, a similar sensation can be heard from the other side, and you can tell that something is also moving from the other area, close from where those creatures were, towards the very lot of you. A dark shadow slowly approaching. Elwin, you are up next.
Okay, just to be sure, in the map or I can still see them, right?
If you can see them on the map, then yeah, you can see them. The area is not littered, but there is still some ongoing light around the area that should at the very least reveal certain positions.
Okay, I'll start shooting them with the longbow. So it will be disadvantage. So 3 attack.
Which is the target? Just to keep an eye.
The closest one, I believe this one.
That hits.
All of it?
All of those, except the 12. Only 12 does not hit. The first and third hit.
Okay, I'll take a longbow, and this bow kind of a little bit big for me, but I will shoot 3 arrow. And yeah, that will be his turn.
Jethris, you are up next.
Just like for some reason I can see the tokens over here. I don't think I should be able to, as lizard folk. But I can see it vaguely.
The area is pretty much you do not see them, as in you cannot cast a spell that requires sight on them, but you know the location. So you know where they are. Because it's quite clear that they are there. They are not very stealthy.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I can't really do much. Oh, and by the way, as we shipped off on the raft, I would have casted this, obviously. So that we
More than fine. You all have, each and every one of you has a sending stone of sorts.
But other than that, I can't really do much right now where we are. I'll just take out the lyre and start strumming it slowly, and I'll use an action to dodge. How long does Sanctuary last? Is it a minute, Sanctuary? Looking at my spells. It's been so long since I used it. 1 minute. I'll use a bonus action to do nothing. I action dodge and just get ready. That's it.
More than fine. As up next, the creature over to here moves as close as it can to the very edge, and as it is getting towards there, getting stricken by arrows from the other side, it will grab with its tentacles a few boulders and start hurling them away, as it cannot reach neither Regulus nor the raft, but the creature tests its limit. One of those falls just short of you, Regulus, as this is its max range for those boulders, as it tries and again shouting towards you, as the other one in here will pretty much move to do the exact same thing, but upon moving towards there, seeing the wolf spirit approaching, it will use its bonus action to turn and scream and howl towards the wolf spirit. And I need the wolf spirit to make me a wisdom saving throw for a psychic tone. So roll for that, girl, whenever you are able to do so, as nonetheless, the last creature will move to the side over here, grab some of those boulders and prepare to hurl them towards you. It's the wolf spirit definitely makes it. It's not from Gull, but same thing as the creatures prepare to hurl towards you. Judas, you are up next. You as well saw earlier on the two dark shadows that start to approach from the other side. What do you do? The raft is about to move 30 feet up forward.
Where is the dark shadows, and we're in the water, basically.
Yes.
These dark shadows, or are you talking about dark shadows in the water?
Dark shadows in the water. You heard a splash of water earlier on, and then you saw a dark shadow just coursing through the water towards the raft from both sides. One from down below, one from above.
Oh well, he goes, well, it seems like stand ready to receive friendly things in the water. Fucking hate things in the water. Judas will take what I shall go. Dodge action doesn't help to steady oneself with rolls, doesn't it? But dexterity saving throw does help. Yeah, Judas will just take dodge action for now.
More than fine,
Can't hit anything I can't see.
More than fine, as the raft continues to move, and that's 30 feet to here as the raft continues to advance closer and closer. Rocks are hurled towards there, but they still should miss. Don't think this one barely out of the reach, as this one will crash into the water as the creature will hurl the boulder that it had and prepare to strike you, but it just fell short of potentially even sinking the raft. And Regulus, you are up next. Just to keep an eye, I'll put the stat block of the raft on for everyone to see, so you can also tell how it works. But essentially, it has hull damage, it has sails damage, it can take multiple hits, but it cannot. But it is cumulative, and it can be very, very dangerous. Regulus, you are up next.
Sorry, what was cumulative?
The raft, it can take quite the punishment, but the more damage it takes, the less it moves.
And we have to get past these gentlemen on the ridge line and whatever's in the water. Like there's still like a distance to go after them.
Quite a lot. You don't see the very end of this. This is just what happens amidst your travel.
Oh, good. Such a good time.
Sorry.
And we're gonna get into range really soon, right? Like next move. We're in
They're
range.
sucking in the water, like.
They just threw rocks pretty much at this edge. This one is barely out of range. For the other ones are within range to hit the raft as well, or you, depending on which target they decide to strike.
Regulus is going to look out towards that. Okay, I'd rather not send. I was thinking about sending our warriors over there, but that's probably a bad idea. So I'll settle for this instead. And Regulus is going to. Is this the right tool? Yeah. So I am here. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to do a so I have to do an extended spell, which will allow me to fly forward a bit. Actually, I'm gonna fly up a considerable ways, probably about
Upwards?
45 feet straight up.
You're currently at the level of the raft, or you were at an elevation prior?
Well, I think I moved like 30 feet.
So you're now
before.
at 75 up.
Well, no, I think I moved straight forward and up at an arc. Because I only can move 30 feet with my fly speed.
Okay, so you moved
30
about. So you
15.
don't have an elevation earlier on or something as such. Like a very small one, like 10 feet or something.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's probably I'm probably at like 55 feet up. Maybe. Make it easy.
Mm-hmm.
And
Keep an eye. I say that because it was given earlier on. The group is aware that there are ropers on the ceiling at about 100 feet above. So keep an eye.
Okay. I will be 30 feet, 35 feet up off the water. Maybe, because I don't really want to get in the range of a roper. And I will get move over to. Well, this is part of the 35 feet, and then I'll go over a bit, so probably like 25, just to make things simple. Does that put me within better range? Would I actually? No, I'm spending the thing anyway. So I'm gonna cast Wall of Fire over towards these boys. Since I'm using a distance spell, I'm within range. I think I'd be in range here anyway, but I had to use the Source
Is
point
it,
regardless.
is it a ring or a line?
I'm gonna use a line because it doesn't look like these guys are on very different elevations. So is that the regular? Is that correct? Yeah, it should be, right?
Something like that.
Yeah.
It has to start from
Wow.
ground. It cannot start from lower below. So something like that. Don't
Well,
think
yeah,
you
I
can
was-
get all three of them. Maybe like that.
Yeah.
Clips of them. Yeah. Okay.
And I'll have the. Well, there's no land over here, right?
There is. Pretty much
there
this is. Yeah. That part is like an overlook over there.
Okay.
I cannot go further than this part. Like something like
Okay,
that.
so that helps us a little bit because then they only have this, and then it's hard to shoot over that. Can I bring the wall just back a bit? Like I'll try and have access, like maybe like so it's
Like
further
that.
this way. No, like this way, yeah. Okay, like that.
Something like that.
I realize I'm just about to annihilate that spirit. Is it any chance it's lower than the ground level of this fire? Or is it? I guess it can't be lower than that because that's where the fire sprouts from.
Pretty much.
Could I speak telepathically to Regulus? Or no?
Go for it.
Is it silly?
Sure.
I may have a way to take him out of the fight if you're planning on doing something crazy. I can charm him and make him incapacitated. You could say.
How soon can you do that?
On my turn.
In my 6th second.
All right. Well, I guess I won't do the fire if that happens before I throw the firewall down.
You just seem a little tense or indecisive.
Well, my indecisive is gonna be right back here because I don't have the movement for my fly. So, rewind noise. Anyway, so where are the shadows?
2 shadows you saw, or you were warned one over to here, the other one over to there. You've seen none of them.
Is that their last current location?
Yes.
Well. I'll play to the stereotype. Fireball! Just gonna go over. There. 20-foot radius.
Under the water over here.
Yeah.
And just to keep an eye on, what type of damage is it?
Thunder. I will use a sorcery point.
Thunder.
Yeah.
On the concept of trying not to reveal exactly what might be there, I will do the roll manually, and it will take full damage from that. Roll me the damage, Regulus.
Well, it was a base level, 3rd level fireball.
Good job,
Fireball.
Regulus. Wow.
A burst of thunderous energy as it strikes the water creates a wave that starts to amass and drift towards the raft. Not enough, obviously, and at quite a safe distance to not get knocked by it or force the raft to make any sort of saves. But alas, as you strike towards it, you do see a fist-like silhouette in those waters.
Shudders. A fish. Anyway. I guess I will fly. So I use a sorcery point again. This time I'll unrewind and I will go 30 feet straight up and 30 feet over, which is the 60 feet. So I'll go over here. I'm in rock range. And then I'm going to bonus action draw the staff of defense out.
Okay, just to keep an eye, your current elevation is 5 feet or something like
35.
that. I don't know.
30.
35. Okay. Roger that. As Regulus flies up forward, grabs the staff, and prepares to defend himself, as the burst of energy down below you see slowly all of the manta rays down below you start to ascend slightly around you.
Yay!
Guiding you as they have been for the time being. The manta rays, the moment that Regulus uses the magic, just turn slowly to the side, and this one over to here will swim up forth and try to strike at the raft, at the hull of it. That will hit.
I use
for
my reaction. I will activate the lyre that I've been holding to strum at it, and protective barrier will keep the raft from taking damage.
More than fine, as the sorry, as the creature tries to slam at the raft. Technically, the raft will not take any damage from that attack, so you can keep your reaction for this part, because the creature rolled less than 10 points of damage.
Oh.
They cannot do damage to the raft unless they roll more than 10. The damage threshold of the raft is 10. But alas, you notice you are prepared to do so. You see, as they strike in there, they don't do much damage to it. But Vala, you are up next.
All right. Oh boy. I think we'll go simple and start. Let's target. Can Vala target one of those creatures here, or
You see, as the moment the Regulus used his magic, all of those creatures started to emerge from the waters, and the ones that were softly guiding you now seem to be hostile.
Okay, so you know what? Let's start small for now. She will try to use Twilight Smite on, let's say, the closest one. The closest one. It will be taking 16 radiant damage, which is cool.
The creature gets stricken and starts to speak in a vile tongue the moment that it gets charged back towards you. The tongue of fiends, that is. Anything else, Vala?
Nothing. She will just say, take care of the ones approaching the raft first.
And Goel, you are up next.
All right. Take a step. And I'll attack this thing recklessly.
You have a secure footing, so go for it.
All right.
$19 and $21 both hit.
Oh, no. Take out the rage, but yeah, 14 damage.
With the second attack, then, 15 is the hit points that it has. With the second attack, you will just turn towards the creature, and as it strikes with its tail, you stomp on its tail to keep the creature afloat, and then just smack at it and hurl it to the distance.
Goel is gonna yell out to everyone.
Protect the raft. We must not drown.
That's what we're doing. Come on, man.
What can I do? Bonus action.
Throw Vala in the water, that's gonna be fun.
Okay, I take Vala.
No.
Please don't. The mantis will think I'm one of them due to the cloak.
That's exactly what we need. Queen of the Mantas.
The majestic sea flaps.
Anything else, girl?
I might be able to speak with animals, but Not sure if these are animals.
Hey,
They
you
do
can't
look
talk-
like manta rays, though.
I could see that going well. I speak with the animals. Fuck off!
I don't like you. Leave. You blew me up.
I'll crease your J's.
Anything else, Goel?
Let's see, what can I do with my bonus? I don't think I can do anything. So I guess that's it.
You still have the Wolf Spirit and Snow Song. I'm not sure if Snow Song can do much, but the Wolf Spirit. might.
Snowsong will prepare an attack action if any manta ray comes near him.
More than fine.
And Wolf Spirit is going to take a flyby attack on this one.
Go for it.
Okay, I think it's at normal, right?
Correct.
17.
17 hits. For 9 points of piercing damage as the wolf jumps or flies towards there, thoroughly walks towards it, bites at it, and then just bounces off it to the distance. I think else go ahead.
No, that's it.
As right after that, the each turtle over there, which is this is their name actually, so it's super strange. As it screams and streams a little bit closer, it will show its head and turn its gaze towards the one in front of it that just stricken onto the other, towards you, Goel. And as it looks with its gaze, it starts to channel magic. It speaks words in the language of fiend, but in between them, it also speaks incantations. And Goel, you start to feel your body going numb. If somebody wants to cast counter spell, now is the time. But the creature is actually casting a spell with visible components. It's extremely strange how it is doing so. But here
Which
we
one
are.
is this then doing it?
This one, trying to target Goel with something.
Well, I've got this thing called counter spell, so I might as well use it. Yes,
You
I
use
counter
it to
spell.
this, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, the creature is trying to cast Hold Person on Goel. However, as you see the creature speaking of Hurricane Road, you know it's magic. You turn and point at it, and as the creature speaks, blood comes frothing out of its mouth, interrupting its spellcasting in the midst. And that will be for that creature's turn, as right up next, the creature that was just stricken by Regulus is not very happy about that, as it starts to move and then emerges from the waters right below a creature that you have seen and gazed in the past. The wastrel comes out of the water, and as it opens its massive snout, it targets Regulus and tries to pull them closer, as it will use its grasping spout. It hurls acid towards Regulus to try and attach towards them and then pull them closer towards them. Regulus, make me a stealth saving throw. You do have Shoot Azara? I think. No, you barely don't. Not known to be making those, as the creature will pull you from the to the very top of those waters. Go ahead, Regulus, if you want to add something.
Just judging whether or not I want to use an ability to try and get out of that. Have a chance. I have to roll like a 6 or 5. Yeah, fuck it, I'll do it. I'm gonna spend Favored by the Gods
Go
to
for
try
it.
and dodge this. So I'll roll 2d4.
Roll high and you're safe.
Fuck, the opposite.
You
No
do have-
worse.
oh, you don't have bless, sadly. So yeah.
I mean, I could insp, but I wouldn't apply the roll to the insp, right?
I'll add the 2 to the insp. It's the same roll technically. It's part of the same roll, so you'll have
Well.
an extra 2.
Hit your pog. I'm gonna roll low. Let's go. I rolled lower. That's a 10.
As the creature
Alright.
will drag you closer towards it, you take 17 points of acid damage, and as it turns and gazes towards you, it will try to also strike you with its claw first. Does that hit?
I think that hits regardless. Wait, hold on. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. No, I can just shield that.
The creature tries to swing once, and you use your reaction to cast a booming barrier of energy around you. The creature. Go ahead, sorry.
Sorry, I'm not gonna keep going. I'm gonna spend a sorcery point to settle it, and then I'm gonna fuck off. Get out of its range. I'm gonna fly up 40 feet.
As you get the hell out of there as fast as you can, and the creature swings towards you and misses the attack, and then quickly turns to swim right below the raft and everyone in it. As it starts to get closer, but it also goes deeper as it starts to delve lower and lower. Technically, it is going below the raft, but for the time, I'll keep it here for clarification's sake. As the creature starts to move downwards, about 20 feet beneath the surface, that is, and that will be the creature's turn. As right after that, more of those creatures rush, and they will try to attack at the raft. Yet again, these creatures are nearly unable to deal. Oh wait, no, they can definitely do damage if they're all slightly higher. This one will come up forth and strike with its tail. This is about to do 10 points of piercing damage to the raft. If you want to Jethros, you can use your reaction now.
I want to do that.
And does it give it resistance or does it negate the damage? I don't recall that.
I'm pretty sure it's just immunity until the start of my next turn. When you can also play the lyre as a reaction when an object or structure you can see within 300 feet takes damage, causing it to be immune to that damage and any further damage of the same type until the start of your next turn.
More than fine, as right after that, the other creature over to here will swim up forth and up close, and as it gets at the very, very front, it will try to burst out of the waters slightly, and you will see it goes not for the hull, but for the sails. It won't do any extra effect, but it does damage to the sails. 6 points of piercing, because that is not the raft, it's the sails. It's a different. It accounts for different one. Give me a second. Though it has a number of hit points, 100 hit points. You can see it once again if you open the stat block of the raft. You can see that as well. Regardless, you see as the creature jumps out of the water and bites at the raft, and right after that, more of those creatures swim around as they prepare to continue speaking the vile magic, and this one will try to cast magic towards you as well. This time, both Judas and Jethros have used their reaction, so it will have obviously an effect, as the creature will use a little bit of its magic and cast silence centered on the raft. And right after that, you will see all of those creatures moving towards there, preparing to advance up forth, dashing up forward. And Elwin, before you get a turn, one last creature is about to get an action. Wait a second. As you see the creature up into the distance. A moment, just to finish up this.
Okay, go ahead.
No worries. As the creature streams up into the distance, you will see one more of those creatures approaching towards you, but it tries to keep itself obscured. It makes a stealth check, but it fails. It's stealth check. And go ahead, Gun. You wanted to add something.
Does Snowsong take a action to attack this one?
I don't think Snowsong is within range of them. It's 10 feet reach.
I mean, he's
They're
not
slightly
Even when they
above.
jump to
X.
get the sails?
Oops.
Oh
Give me
no.
a second.
Someone had the
You
knife.
okay?
Something
Okay,
is not
well,
good,
fine.
man.
It's on the background.
He
Do
was
not
so
worry about
mad.
it.
He was so mad that we were asking questions.
Give me a second.
But I'm saying that Snowsong is not on a hex, so I'm not sure where exactly.
Oh, okay. I see how you mean. That is why I didn't give you the attack of opportunity, but more than fine. I'll assume Soso would have been at the very, very edge of it. So yeah, go. Make me an attack. I'll make you pay later. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead. Make me the attack.
No songs. Pull
I'll
one
go
more.
break them glasses.
I put a bite at the creature as Elwin. You are up next.
Question. I saw this creature casting a spell, right?
Yes.
And I understand on logic that the moment he casts a spell, everything goes silent.
Extremely so.
Okay, I will focus shooting on him.
Oh yeah, go for it. Keep in mind, the creature is a mage. All attacks, I think. Can you even make longbow attacks underwater? I'll tell you right now.
If not, I will change my tactic. I thought.
I know, I'm not gonna punish you for this. Just give me a second.
People do bow fishing all the time.
Okay, so it is a disadvantage with a bow, and at the long range, it's an automatic miss. But at short range, it's just with disadvantage. I leave it up to you, Elwin, if you wanna keep those rolls and reroll for each one of them, or if you wanna change tactics altogether. Both work.
Yeah, I will. You know what? I will go with disadvantage.
Go. I guess the first one hits. Let's see for the second one.
I will roll another one just for attack. It is 24, 15, and the second one will be.
Apologies. First one does not hit. 16, 16 is the AC of the creature. I thought it hits, but it does not. The creature manages to avoid the first one and the second one with the same roll.
That's
The third
all.
one will hit though. For 8 points of piercing damage, and I need to make a Constitution saving throw. The creature maintains in concentration.
That will. I will sheath. I'll put the bow in my back.
More than fine. As Elun tries to strike those creatures, the arrows go towards the target, but under the water as they are, it's hard to actually strike them. And Elwin quickly realizes that the enemies are approaching. Anything else, Elwin? Sorry?
Yeah, I will take out both my weapon, and as a bonus action, I will activate Ifriti.
Keep in mind, if you can do so, but in this case, you have to actually throw your longbow, I guess, onto the raft. Because it's
Throw
two
or
different
drop?
actions.
There's difference between throw or drop.
Drop,
Do I-
drop.
Okay,
Sorry.
I drop my bow and take out the weapons, both of them. The Morning Star and Ifriti, and activate Ifriti as a bonus action. So it's light up.
The area lights up quite the distance. And Jeffress, you are up next.
I say aloud, I think they cast a spell on us, and I realize that I can't hear my own voice. So I'll go telepathically and I'll say, I think they cast a spell on us. We're not gonna be able to cast on the raft. I'll use my bonus action to engage my elemental gift and begin floating up off the ground, or rather the raft. And I'll go 25 feet out and 5 feet up. I don't know how far above the water that would be, but that's, yeah. Is that okay? Can I do that? Am I gonna incur any
Yeah, more
terrible
than fine.
effect?
You for the time, no.
Okay.
Then you're just flying up and above.
That's good news for me then. Why can't I find my... There it is. Alright, and now I will cast a friggin' spell, a Hagen spell, over here. A 30-foot square, approximately. Catching, unfortunately, everyone, including the dog spirit. And I'll football toss a bunch of magically charged gemstones, and I will cast Hypnotic Pattern on them. Wabamo!
Scintillating lights glow up into the distance to try and dazzle, charm, and completely enthrall those creatures. Yet you see as those creatures with a menacing gaze, the main thing that they should be enthralled, they should be interested in that, but they have the gaze of a madman, and those sensations, those tingling sensations, don't apply to them. The creatures are immune to the charmed condition.
Awesome. Well, that's me. Whoopsies.
And as Jethus uses his magic, clearly certain that he just did what he had, the echo of the Demogorgon, this Etin, just grabs a boulder and hurls it with all of its power towards the raft. And I think it's at disadvantage because of long range, but it is within range. An attack that will hit and slam
probably gonna,
onto the hull.
Probably gonna use my reaction on that.
Jeff is quickly realizing that he wasn't able to stop them, turns around. Go ahead, Jeff, sorry.
Would that work? Because it's a lyre, it's sound-based. Would it work on the raft?
Give me a second. How is the lyre worded?
I can play the lyre as a reaction when an object within me is 300 feet.
I mean, it makes sense not to work with silence. Like, I find it...
I don't think it
something
should.
that would definitely... Yeah, I find it that's something that I would roll for players. I think I will roll the same way for the Dungeon Master in this scenario. As the raft will take 15 points of damage as the boulder lands in it. The echo over to here turns and looks towards the wolf spirit. Goel, the wolf spirit is hovering around that can be attacked, or is it trying to be at a distance so it does not get stricken? Just to
It's
give an eye.
trying to be an annoyance, which means attack.
Okay, then that creature is not that clever. It just runs behind it. Apparently, I am mistaken. They are somewhat clever, but doesn't matter right now because they have a menacing gaze and a chaotic personality, and the creature just wants to induce mayhem, and it will try and strike towards the wolf spirit. It's a thing that hits.
Yeah.
For 25 points of damage with its first strike, and then try, seeing how an evasive opponent that is, to grapple it with its second. The wolf spirit can make a strength or a dexterity check to avoid it. And indeed, as the echo tries to grab at it, the wolf spirit turns and bites at the tentacle, the screaming tentacle of the Etin, and manages to flee. And that will be the echo's turn, as up to the other side and moving right past towards there. More of those creatures come forth and prepare to take attacks. Goel, you don't have a reaction, not a reaction, a hold action for this. So this one moves and tries to strike, but manages not to do damage on the raft. Yet all of those creatures, angered and annoyed as they are, continue to advance. And this one will move closer towards both Goel and Elwin and attempt to bite at Elwin. I think that hits you, Elwin.
Yeah.
As the creature jumps out of the water and bites at your feet, it feeds from your blood, and I need you to make me... I'm not sure if you actually need to make that save. Yeah, you don't with Judas.